of a surprise when we found out 3 offensive linemen were out for today, Bergeron, Ellis, and Bleish. Can you just kind of tell us anything about what's going on there, why Bergeron especially didn't travel?
Injury during practice. Hopefully we'll have him back next week.
And Michael went out during the game as well and did not end up returning. How serious is that looking? Was there any consideration of just not putting him back in because to preserve kind of his future or anything like that?
No, he couldn't go, so it was better to keep him out.
Coach, can you talk about the performance of Wake Forest, Sam Hartman, and A.T. Perry? They seem to be able to get past your secondary frequently. Just talk about what was so easy for them.
Well, I mean, those guys have got a lot of history together, and obviously they're really good. I mean, they're the same guy that caught the overtime pass on us last year, and they just have that thing. They've worked well with each other. Sam knows where to put the ball. He knows where the ball's going to be, and it's really difficult to cover him. Obviously, those guys are really outstanding duo together.
Going off the offensive line we just talked about, were you pleased with what you saw from your offensive line? You put up a lot more points than you have in the past couple of
For
weeks.
those guys to go out and score that many points against that defense, and for everyone else that played with that unit, I thought they did a really nice job.
Really solid first half. Came out of halftime slow. Didn't score in the third quarter. I know on Monday you had talked about potentially switching the halftime routine back. Did that happen? Do you think that's going to happen this season? Just to try and get.
I think the biggest thing is they got the ball coming out in the third quarter. And if you watch their drive, I can't remember if they scored or not, but they ate a ton of clock. I mean, 1 minute. I thought it was the third. Well, I didn't think. 1 minute was the third quarter with 15 minutes on it. And the next time I took a peek at the clock, it was like 4 minutes left. And I don't even know if there was a score that had happened or not. There was just a lot of time off the clock.
How do you rectify kind of your desire to always start the game with the ball with knowing that they're going to get that momentum coming out of halftime?
Well, it's not momentum if we get a stop. If it's a stop, it's us in a situation where we can go get points on the board, either with a field goal or with a touchdown. So.
Coach, after LaQuint Allen scored that touchdown early in the fourth quarter, what went into the decision to kick the extra point instead of going for 2 to try and make it a 2-possession game?
Are you talking? Okay, go run it back again. Say it again.
So LaQuint Allen scored at the start of the fourth quarter to cut the deficit down to 18. You kicked the PAT instead of going for 2.
Make it for 17. Because we wanted to keep it within 3 scores. If you get the 2 touchdowns, you kick the field goal, then at least you're going to stay in there. Once you hit that, you go for 2 points, you don't hit it, you're chasing the entire thing, and you make it an extra possession game. If we got one of those touchdowns in, came back, got an onside kick, we get an opportunity for a long field goal to go to overtime. And you're always playing for that. If you kick the onside kick and then they get a short field and they get the field goal, then you're out of the game because of that point total. That's the same thing that would have happened if we'd have went for 2 and we didn't get it. It would have gave them an extra possession.
Coach, how much did the defense miss Michael's leadership on the field after he got out early in the game?
He's the heartbeat of the team. It's not just the defense. He's one of the key guys on the football field. And, I thought the guys did a nice job recovering without him in there, but he's a key part of what we do.
Coach, why is it so important to keep giving LaQuint Allen touches? What did you see from him tonight that made him so successful?
I don't know. We were trying to get LaQuint Allen touches. We were just trying to move the football. And some of those times, he was the guy open out in the flat. We weren't necessarily throwing the ball to him. It's a scramble situation. The quarterback found him, and when he got the ball, he did something with it.
This was the first week in a couple weeks that Schrader really seemed back to his normal self that we had seen at the beginning of the season. I mean, just how much does having him healthy, you think, help the confidence of this offense?
I wouldn't even say he's healthy yet. Schrader is a big part of that's not 100% Schrader what you saw out there, and then yet you still see what he's capable of, and hopefully he's even healthier next Saturday.
And Tucker had his 4th 100-yard rushing game, and it's the best he's looked in weeks. Just what did you think about what he was able to do tonight?
I thought it was good that he did some things. I wish we could have got the ball to him even more. But once again, you guys, we say stuff like that. When you get that much of the third quarter eaten before you get on the football field like that, there's not a lot of time left, especially if you're trying to win the football game.
Take 2 more for Coach. Anybody's got him?
Coach, what changed for the defense in the first quarter compared to the second and then the second half?
I think that if you watch the first half, they had a lot of drops on their side, and then all of a sudden they stopped dropping it.
What's the one big thing to fix going into Boston College next week?
Health. We get healthy, we'll be fine.
All right.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Coach.